It is sunrise. This January morning in 2025. What you are looking at is the former Whittle Communications building here in downtown Knoxville. It is now the home of the federal courts and federal offices here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Changes are ahead here for the Pryor Brown house or the Pryor Brown building here in downtown Knoxville, Tennessee. I think it was the early 90s when I was living in Pasadena. And all of a sudden, all these new buildings started going up in what was then basically a ghetto in Pasadena, California. Today, you might know it as Old Town, the chic, urban sort of place to have coffee, meet for lunch, go to dinner and a movie, meet friends. Living at the new apartment buildings. The amazing thing about the construction of these new sites in Pasadena, California, was that there was shopping everywhere on the first floor. No matter what they built, there was always a Starbucks or some Chipotle or something on the ground floor. Everybody built it. All over Old Town. And of course, years later, when I hit the road and lived on the streets, I found that Pasadena was just one of every city in the freaking country that was building new buildings with businesses on the bottom and then housing above. This is the Pryor Brown building. It is set for demolition this week. It was built in 1929. Jack Neely of the History Project here says it may be the oldest standing parking garage in the country. You heard me right. I said parking garage. Because among many other things that this building was a horse stable, a taxi cab stand at one time. It was also a parking garage. The Pryor Brown parking garage. 1929, it came in, ironically, around the same time as the Andrew Johnson and the Tennessee Theater along Gay Street. But what makes Pryor Brown Parking Garage so unique in 1929 is that it did not have parking on the ground floor. It had businesses on the ground floor. And above it was not condominiums, apartment buildings, lofts like you see today all over the country and in old Pasadena. Above it was the parking garage for the automobile. It must have been a new thing to value here in Knoxville, Tennessee in 1929. If you were coming in from out of town to catch a movie, or if you were staying at the Andrew Johnson on your way to the Smoky Mountains. You want your cars safe. Pryor Brown Parking Garage, ahead of its time here in the south of this country. Whose design I learned about, ironically, in Southern California. But the housing there came with underground parking. Beneath the storefronts. Life in the motherland here. Knoxville, Tennessee, January 7th, 2025.